Yeah. Is that good or a little more?
thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
At Pantry, the only thing more surprising than our variety of name brand snacks is the variety of people who walk through our front doors. And at this point, nothing you ask for surprises us. From tube chips, tri-cornered tortilla crisps, icing bluffs, pressurized buttery corn puffs, meat missiles, small people covered in sour crystals, protein cocoon, pizza chews, tree sprites, chocolate stripes, stuff we can't advertise. Sweet, salty, also sour. Adolescent jet power. No matter who you are or what you're craving, we got it. Pump up your day at Pump It.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to York, Nebraska, the York Golf Invite, the 2021 version. COVID forced everyone to take last spring off from all of the activities, and so we are back for the first time since 2019 at the York Country Club for the York Golf Invite. 19 teams are participating in the invite today, and we'll give you a little bit of the synopsis of what you are going to see, or at least what we're going to try to show you is, for the most part, coverage of holes 15, 16, 17, and 18. What you see on your screen right now is actually a little bit of number 10 because, well, that's the only action going right now on our holes. So I give you a quick overview of the things that you'll see today. 15 green will be able to be covered a little bit later on this afternoon, but we'll see all of the 16th hole, which is that beautiful par 3 down the hill. We'll take a look at that here real quick. 17 would be your next one, and 17, if you've ever played at York Country Club, you know that hole 17 is one of the most interesting holes, par 4 or otherwise, in the state of Nebraska. Only 272 yards on a scorecard, and you say, easy peasy, no problem. I can make a good score on that hole. And it has befuddled many a fine golfer over the years. The pin today for 17 all the way in the back right, so kind of a kidney bean shaped green with a bunker in the front, and of course Beaver Creek going around it. So back right, so pretty much from the tee, it's straight over the bunker is where that pin is, and that towards the front even a little bit. So tough pin today. And then, of course, hole 18 is how we finish things up, and we've got some flyovers that we'll show you. We can see a hole. Let's go back one where you were, Jordan, because you had us on 18. There you go. The 18th green we will show you from kind of the front left area. You see short of the bunker there on the left. And again, a tough finishing hole that you will see golfers try to land it on the front part of that green to let the ball release back to the hole, kind of a back left hole location. But this is also high school golf, and sometimes we are just happy to move the ball forward at times. So, everybody's head on a swivel today, but we've got the camera placings going out there, and again, we will show you hopefully a lot of different things today. I got to give a huge shout out to the York Media production team, Levi Loof, their teacher, and I think we have 10 students that have been involved in the production in some way, shape, or form for things today. And so it's kind of their show. They're doing all the camera work. Jordan Hebner is our director today. Levi Loof is running graphics for now, and like we said, the students running Wirecast, running the cameras as well. Nathan Ladahoff from Sutton will be joining us as our hole 17 commentator a little bit later on this afternoon. We'll see what Hoosiers got in store for us, and also some graphics. Something that we have added this year. One of the things that we've added is graphics for our holes that we'll be covering. So you will be able to see that. I think coming up here in just a second. Yeah, hole 18, 403 yards. Playing from the blue tees, although some of the blue tees have been moved up a tee box yet today. So something to keep in mind for. As you're watching, especially if you're very familiar with the York Country Club. The weather in York, well, it's a lovely spring day, isn't it? The sun every now and then tries to peek out just a little bit, and when it does, the temperature goes up about 3 or 4 degrees, and when it doesn't, well, it's 47 and cloudy right now. The good news is it looks like the precipitation is going to hold off until very late overnight in the hours. Now, tomorrow, that's not going to be very much fun. In fact, I did see some track meets and some other golf meets or duels that were scheduled for tomorrow that have been actually moved to today. So I never really envy any athletic director, but when it comes to spring sports and activities, man, that schedule can be incredibly fluid. So kudos to the ADs who give the students the most opportunities to compete and perform that they possibly can. So one thing that we have added for this year, which was something that we started a couple years ago and then just kind of on a whim last week, I was like, let's do something kind of that could be kind of fun. So we've got drone work via Ben Mohorn, and one thing that we added was a little bit of voiceover. So to take you more inside the final 4 holes of the York Country Club, well, who better to take us through those holes than 4-time York Amateur Champion Tyler Chapman. So let's take a look at holes 15 through 18.
The 15th hole at York Country Club is a medium-length par 4 that plays slightly uphill. The ideal angle would be from the left center of the fairway to avoid the trees on the right off the tee. The second shot plays about a club longer uphill, and it's very important to be underneath the hole, as this is one of the most severe slope greens on the golf course, especially to a front hole location. With a good drive, it's a decent birdie opportunity. The 16th hole at York Country Club is a downhill par 3 that plays to a 3-tiered green. Protected by a bunker and water left, club selection is critical here. Depending on hole location, birdies are possible, but plenty of trouble looms to the back left pin location. We now come to the 17th hole at York Country Club. With multiple options off the tee and trouble everywhere, this is the ultimate risk-reward par 4. The safe play is 2 short irons. However, longer hitters will want to take a crack at this green. The most exacting hole location is usually front left, as that portion of the green is very small. A well-executed tee shot can lead to birdie or even eagle. However, a miss off the tee and a big number usually follow. The closing hole at York Country Club is another medium-length par 4 that plays slightly uphill to a green that slopes away from the player. A long drive is critical here to set up a shorter iron to stop the ball on the green. Often playing downwind, a miss over the green leaves a much easier up and down than any shot left short of the green. The green looks easy enough, but be careful as several rounds have ended with a 3-putt here.
So we are back, and thanks to Tyler again for voicing over our flyovers. And yes, if the flyovers look, if you're a member of the York Country Club, thinking, hey, that we've changed some things. Yeah, the drone work was done in 2019, so keep in mind we were post flood only a couple of weeks, right? 2019, before COVID and all this that happened, we actually had a fair amount of flooding here in the central part and most of Nebraska, right? Especially along the Missouri River, but. So that's when the drone work was done, and then the voiceovers were added here just in the last week or so. We're going to try to get you a little bit of the scoring update. Tee time started around 9 o'clock this morning, and basically the way York coach Dan Malik scheduled all of the players is essentially your team is going off 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with 3 other schools 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, for instance, at 9 o'clock this morning off hole 1 went the Adams Central, the Scotus, the Seward, and the St. Cecilia number 5 golfers, and then it was the number 4s, and then the 3s, the 2s, the 1s. Also involved today, Beatrice, Bennington, GICC, Northwest, and then your last 4 teams, if you will, that make up the last 5 tee times, Aurora, Bishop Neumann, Norris, and York. We're going to take a look at some of those scores, and again, some of these scores that you're seeing on the screen right now, most have played at least 9. Like I said, Aurora, Newman, Norris, and York, when we get there, you will notice that they don't have any scores in yet because they haven't had a full 9 scored just yet. So, but the live scoring link available if you've seen on social media in the different places, and we'll let you take a look at the last group of teams as well. And we got one more actually, GICC involved there. You see St. Cecilia and Pius X out here today. Charlie Hoiberg in the house. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and Tony's going to tweet me or text me as soon as I say this, but I'm pretty sure Charlie's dad, Fred, used to come play in the York Amateur. I don't know if Ty and Fred ever played, but yeah. And then this our last set of players today, including Norfolk and Norris. You see some of those, a couple of Norris scores starting to filter in, so from the front 9 anyway. Northwest, Seward, York, of course, playing in their home invite. Sutton here as well, and the York JVs and a couple of reserve players as well. So that is kind of how they're scoring, and we're going to try to keep that as updated as we can as we go out through the day. It's not, we're not going to have everybody's hole by hole probably, but by the end of the day, we should be able to screenshot the top 15 and show you that as well. Don't forget that at the end of the rounds of golf today, the stream will stop momentarily, and then it will pick back up for awards, which will be inside in the clubhouse. So all here on the same channel, but there will be a pause in the stream itself while we get some of the equipment taken from the course back into the clubhouse and get things ready to go for the award ceremony. But you will be able to see that as well here on the York Strive channel. Like we said, we are just kind of waiting for golfers to catch up with everything as we've come around to the 16th hole, as you can see it there. Down the hill, par 3. Many a good round have come to a screeching halt on this hole, and if they made it through 16, they might have come to a screeching halt on 17 as well. 16 and 17 might be two of the most picturesque holes in the state, especially once you get about 3 or 4 weeks of the growing season, and you get all of these trees with leaves actually on them. It makes things a little more claustrophobic. You know, things feel a little more open right now, and a little bit later on in the spring and obviously into the summer, then 16 plays a little bit different, especially when you've got a decent south wind blowing. Today we have a north wind up around 10 to 15, maybe gusting to 15 at times, but not quite what it was yesterday, which we're pretty thankful for. But, 16 can play if you got a crosswind, either right to left with the north wind or left to right with the south wind. Do you try to hit kind of more of a punch shot and keep it right under that tree line, or do you try to hit it, hoist it up in the air a little bit? All sorts of different things to consider. And then, of course, hole 17 is just one of those holes. There's probably at this point, there's really two good ways to play it, right? The easy way, the safe way, if you will, to play hole 17, as you just heard Tyler say, is probably short iron to the first fairway down below, and then you're looking at a short iron or a wedge to the green. Probably the safest way to make a 4 is to just go 8 iron, something like that. The bold players, though, even at 272 yards from the back tee, and that blue tee is up just a little bit today, so probably playing more like 265, 268, somewhere in there, to the middle of the green, is they will have a go with the driver. And of course, one of the things to keep in mind when you start talking about the trying to take a driver right at that green, of course, it's all carry. There's no fairway run-up even for the last 10 yards. You're trying to carry that thing at least 255 yards if you're just going to that probably that front left hole location. And we mentioned that the pin actually today all the way on the back right, so as you see from our expanded view, pretty much straight over that bunker that's right in front of the green is where that pin is, maybe just a little bit to the right of that bunker. So certainly one of the more difficult shots. If you were playing match play, which is something that doesn't happen near as often as it used to in the early days of golf, but in match play, you probably don't come to the 17th hole as often as you would, obviously, in stroke play when you would every time. So I know there's been a lot of talk that perhaps we need to change the ordering of the holes. Obviously, you're not going to move holes around, but you can change the order that you play them. So that perhaps 17 happens a little earlier in the round. Might be a fun way to think about things. And then, of course, 18 is always a fun one to end on a tight finish, or a tight shot off the tee, I should say, and then uphill to a green that slopes away from you as soon as you get to the very front part of that green. And so our camera angle is short and left of the green. That bunker is pretty much front left of that green complex. So you can see that the flag today, if you're standing in the middle of the fairway, if you've hit the absolute perfect tee shot, you've got that bunker looming in just a little bit on that left side of that green. So you would want to land it basically bunker high, and just to the right of that bunker will get that ball to release down to the green and release down to the flag to get you the shortest shot. You've seen many a good approach shot, though, just keep rolling right off the back of that green. So kind of tough stuff there. We have got some golfers coming to the 16th tee here momentarily, so we will take a look at these guys and figure out where we're at on the scorecards and have some more information for you in just a second.
I don't know.
So they were like a pile of branches there yesterday.
Drop point of entry behind the cart. Yeah, he went left.
And we'll take a look at the individual scoring. Everybody, we believe, has played 9 and has been scored for at least 9. And some of these guys, actually, that you just saw tee off on 17, just have to play 17 and 18. In fact, we've got probably a group or two, perhaps, across the course that have finished their round. So we'll kind of run things down for you here as we go. And you're seeing everything sorted by team, so you get a little bit of the sense of the team scoring as well right now. But Nathan Segru of Adams Central with a 37, Ethan Shaw of Aurora with a 37. Some low numbers there. Both played the front 9. Boston Pentico of Bishop Newman with a 37 on the front 9. GICC, Willie Gehring with 39. Bodie Fox with a 38 for the front 9. Charlie Hoiberg, a 40. He started on number 10, so played the back nine first. Looks like, then Gavin Martin of Bennington with a 39 on the front nine. So those some sub 40 rounds, and we got a few more teams to look at. So let's go ahead there, Jordan. And one of them that I did notice on the York JV side, Marley Jensen started on number 10, shot 37 on the back nine. And then on the varsity side, Ryan Sievers and Emmanuel Jensen each with 39 for their first 9 holes, which was the front side of the course. And Joey Halling of Northwest with a 36 on the front. That looks like your individual leader so far. So Joey Halling of Northwest with a, shall we say, a one-shot lead as he made the turn to the back nine. Seward with Ty Weirs, that's a 38, and Ander Axheim with a 39, both sub 40 rounds. So usually anything under 40 going to get you pretty good, especially early on in the season here at the York Country Club. And so nobody necessarily dancing around par, but playing pretty well. But it does look like Joey Halling with that 36 from Northwest, your leader after 9 holes. And like we mentioned, some of these guys, in fact, we can go to 17T real quick. This group is your third golfers from Adams Central and from SCOTUS. That would be Nicholas Fleming. From Adams Central, I believe that should be Decker Shestack. We mentioned SCOTUS, Nicholas Fleming.
It's not really island, it's grass on the right of it.
From St. Cecilia, Graham Daly.
There's just grass, this is rough on the right
That's
side.
where I would play.
And you hear a little bit of
I'm
the
going for the island.
coaching as well. Are you going for the island? So some of the young fellows trying for that island shot. There are multiple ways to play hole 17. Sometimes the microphone will pick up what it picks up, right?
You're probably going to seminar down there.
I'm hitting this thing. But then again, the left could be pretty forgiving.
Yeah. Chunky though, you're
Okay, if you're chunky, you're going to stay. Yeah, unless you go down into the red mark, and you can drop it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take a look at hole 16 again here, the par 3 down the hill, the click of the sound. Tristan Weston of Adams Central. So this would be the 2 players from Adams Central and Seward. St. Cecilia, the St. Cecilia, Luke Landgren had a 51 on the front. Tristan Weston of Adams Central with a 44 on the front. Ander Axel of Seward would have had a 39. We mentioned him on his first 9 holes. And Bodie Fox from GICC had a 38 on his first 9. Watching that group right now on hole 16. And that's not your internet connection. We do have a little bit of a glitch on the camera connection there, trying to work that out on 16.
Hey, yeah. Could have plugged up. You can. I can drop them there though. Good night. Oh no, you're gonna be all right. To the right is nothing but ground. No, just don't try that.
too, that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
The only thing more surprising than our variety of name brand snacks is the variety of people who walk through our front doors. And at this point, nothing you ask for surprises us. From tube chips, tri-cornered tortilla crisps, icing bluffs, pressurized buttery corn puffs, meat missiles, small people covered in sour crystals, protein cocoon, pizza chews, tree sprites, chocolate stripes, stuff we can't advertise. Sweet, salty, also sour, adolescent jet power. No matter who you are or what you're craving, we got it. Pump up your day at Pump It Pantry.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Allgood's going to take a break here. My name is Nathan Ladoff. I'm going to hop in and provide some commentary here in golf. What I can. Right now on hole 16, what you're seeing is from Adam Central, Nathan Subaru, from SCOTUS, Seth, Buchanan, from Seward, Ty Weirs, and from St. Cecilia, Matt Boyd. They've just teed off on the
You might want to ask
par
people in the
3,
tent.
165 yard on hole 16. And looks like they're going to head down, find their shots, and proceed on. So par 3, when it goes downhill as you start, camera kind of zooms in to follow them there. The green there in the middle. Pins looks to be on the back side. Like I said, it's 165 yards to the pin. Playing from the blue tees today. And so it looks like we're going to have some more. We got plenty of golf action here for you guys today, folks. And still on hole 16. Ready for the second shot for the players. Looks like there might be a guy in the tree that's just a little off to the right of our screen. And must have hit that one away right, but it looks like he had a successful shot, and they're going to move forward. So normally with par 3 holes, you're hoping that you get your shot to the green in the first hit. Usually an iron you pull out, not typically your driver. If you do pull out your driver, you're probably going to end up on the far side of the green, which is not a great place to be. And let's see. Got this hit. And the hope here, the goal here, obviously, get it on the green and try to recover par with a 1 putt. That can prove difficult. The greens are very fast. I watched a little bit of the golfers this morning. We had an early tee time this morning for this full 18 holes, and the greens, they rolled fast and caught some golfers unprepared this morning. Nice hit. Looks like he's on the green. You might be able to see some smoke back there in the background of your shot there on hole 16. They had a burn pile yesterday. And still smoldering a little bit, but no flames were present. I also went down there to take a look at that too. That caught me by surprise. Anytime you see smoke on a golf course, most of the time it's not a good situation. Looks to me that all golfers are on the green. We're going to start putting here and get some action. We see some putts. It's a little tough to tell colors here. I'd almost say the golfer on the left here on your screen is probably going to be Matt Boyd. That looks like some St. Cecilia blue. And, not able to make the first putt there from the outside.
them in the hole at once.
As you can see now on hole 16, they do have the pin out, which means all golfers are within range, all on the green, and you can see the hole fairly well without needing that flag sticking up out of the ground to identify where they are. Not a lot of action going on here, but plenty. I'm sure the front nine is packed with golfers. It looks like we have some final putts here on 16, and we do have some action on 18 I'm seeing on our multi-view monitor. We're going to cut to that. We're going to go take a look. Looks like we got some people chipping on right now. Of course, hole 18 was a par 4. Looks like 403 yards to the pin. And it looks like we have someone in the sand trap. Or a bunker. Not a good place to be either way. as we look to finish up putting here on hole 18. I can see just outside of my vision, we have some golfers lining up to take the first swings at hole 16. They're going to get ready to drive the par 3, 165 yards. We're going to get that in a moment as we finish up putting here on hole 18. So we take you now to hole 16. Got quite the group here. From Beatrice, we have Grant Carver. From Bennington, Hunter Meyer. From GICC, Joey Korolewski. And from Northeast, Johnny Bangs. They're going to tee off right now on this par 3 that we've seen earlier today. And obviously done quite a bit of talking about how it can turn any good golfer's day into a bad one. And we got some nice audio there. Good work from our director in the house, Jordan Hebner. Got the nice golf club hit. Always adds a little bit of realism to the live stream. And now we move on to hole 17. The group pairing of well, we just saw them on 16, so that'd be from Adam Central, Nathan Segru, Seth Van Cannon, Ty Weirs, and Matt Boyd, as they look to tee off on the par 4. This one looks to be about 272 yards to the pin. Has a nice dog leg to the right, that you kind of have to go around the trees for. Solid hit there on 17. Looked like an iron was in play. Not far enough for the driver to be the tool of choice. as we finish up here, teeing off on hole 17. We're going to take you back to the 16 green, where they're going to finish their putt.
Three different numbers. You better get them all together. We can divide it up by 3.
Who was it? Who was it that was so close? That's all good. We got time.
Again, not a bad day for golf, but of course you're going to see some people, quite a few people in jackets at least, if not 2 jackets. Of course you do see the odd golfer out there in a t-shirt and pants. It all depends on the golfer. Some people are picky and some people aren't. Some people can golf with you standing in front of them, and some people, you got to be behind them. It's just the mentality of a golfer. It's one of the things that makes this sport so interesting.